I don't want to be doing this anymore. And that moment, that question changed my life. So I actually used to work in the personal development field in the corporate world. I was a HR director of a FTSE 100 company, and my job or my career for a very long time was my reason for living. It was my purpose, and I really loved it until I didn't anymore. And actually, in truth, I don't know why I'm sort of circling around this, but I had a terrible depression and anxiety and became quite sick. And I was signed off work for a year. And during that year, did a lot of thinking about the future and what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be. And during that time, I came across a book called The Inside Out Revolution, written by our good friend Michael Neal. And then maybe a month later, I realized that I wasn't sad anymore. And I realized that I wasn't anxious anymore. And I became really curious about how that had happened, how I suddenly felt so much better just from reading a book that at the time I thought, yeah, and I started doing a lot of reading, I started doing a lot of watching, I started to listen to a lot of podcasts. And to cut a very long story short, I'm sure you're going to ask me lots of questions about this, Joseph, but I did go back to work and tried to carry on as before for about a couple of years, maybe longer, until one day a coach who I was working with at the time, who had trained with Michael Neal, said to me, "Are you sure you want to be doing this job anymore?" And the answer was instant, like instantaneous. And I said, no, I don't want to be doing this anymore. And that moment, that question changed my life because within 3 months, I had taken voluntary redundancy from my job with nothing else to go to and no plan, just a feeling that I needed to trust that whatever I was going to do next would become apparent.